Hey y'all, how are you guys doing today? I wanted to get on here and let you guys cook a little pork medallion meal with me. I'm trying to get a head start on supper tonight, so I thawed out a little pack of pork medallions that I had bought and had split up the pack. And if you don't know what pork medallions are, they're like the pork tenderloin. They're just little bitty pieces and they just slice them. So I thought I would make hubby and I some, fry these up and then make a good onion gravy to go over them and to cook with them, and then some creamed potatoes. So I've got my iron skillet on heating up, and I'm gonna take you guys over there with me, and I'm gonna put a little coconut oil in my skillet, and we're gonna salt and pepper these, and then we will get started on frying them. Let me get my hands washed real quick. And we'll go over there and we'll get started on it. It's really pretty simple, and I'm gonna finish them off in my oven, probably about the last 15-20 minutes or so. So we just wanna get these started and then get our onion and all that. So let's get over here. I'm gonna take you guys with me. I'm winging this today, so I don't know how this is gonna work, but we're gonna try and make it work, huh? Okay, let's see. I think you guys, can you see me? Let's put you down. I'm gonna take you down here like this first, because I want to show you how we're gonna season them. And my skillet, it's starting to get a little warm, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use some coconut oil to fry these in today. It's a good alternative to grease. That was loud, Lord. So I'm gonna put my coconut oil in there and let that start heating up. And then for the little medallions, I'm gonna get some just regular, I'm using some sea salt. And okay, so we get that side there, and then I'm going to, because I don't want to move, can't move my camera here. I don't want to move it to get my regular pepper out. So we're going to put a little fresh cracked pepper on it, and then we're going to turn it over and get the other side. Okay, so see, we're just going to turn it. You can do this. This is real good like with roast. If you wanted to cut a roast up and do in little small pieces like this, you could. So yeah, I just thought I'm trying to go through my freezer and use up some meat that's been in there. I have a food saver, and my food saver, I did these last August, and I want you to look how they're such a pretty color. There was no freezer burn on it. I would highly recommend investing in a food saver. They are wonderful. I put up, my husband bought a huge batch of pork barbecue, and I think I put up 9 pounds total in those food saver those food saver bags today. So they are wonderful. Okay. I think you can still, I'm gonna move this up just a little, because you've already seen how I've done my pork, seasoned it. So while this is finished and heating up, what we're gonna do, these little pork medallions, I've got some flour here. You can use regular all-purpose or self-rising. This is all-purpose. And all I'm gonna do is take these and I'm just gonna drop them in. I'm not dredging them in egg or anything like that. I just wanna get a good little coating of flour on these. See, I'm gonna turn them around, or turn them over. And I just wanna dredge them in flour a little bit. And that is it. Nothing fancy. Put that over there. See how we're just dredging them? And when these are done, we're going to take them off out of the skillet, and then I'm going to do my onions and some garlic, and then we're going to make a roux, and we're going to make a gravy, and then let these simmer in that. So they're going to be good. And I might finish them off in the oven. I meant to have turned it on before I got on here with you guys, but that's not a problem. I'll just have to get all my iron skillets out of my oven. That's where I keep my iron skillets. Okay, so looky there. See, they're just nicely dredged. Nothing fancy. Let's see. Okay, now our oil is starting to bubble. Okay, so let's put these in. Might turn it up just a little. You want to make sure that your cast irons are preheated. That keeps them from sticking. So, if we see we need a little bit more oil in there, I'll put some more in there. But I didn't want to put a whole lot. I still like fried foods. I'm just trying to go about it a different way, and instead of using, you know, vegetable oil and stuff, you want to use vegetable oil or shorten it. I mean, you can do that. I'm just trying to I'm having to make some changes in my diet. So, I'm trying to use more coconut oil, avocado oil. I mean, I've used olive oil for years. Okay, let me go here and wash my hands. Here we go. I'm gonna put just a little smidgen more in here in the middle. There we go. And all we want to do is basically just brown these on each side. That is going to be it. We're just going to brown them on each side so that we can get them brown, and then we'll go in and we'll make our roux for it. So I'm going to let these cook and a little bit. And when I flip them on the other side, I will bring y'all back, because these need to brown just a little bit. So I'll bring y'all back here in just a little bit as soon as they're browned on this side, okay? Okie dokie. So we are ready to, I went to flip one of them and they look pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and flip these right here. We're going to get these flipped over like that. I'm starting to get a little better on cooking smaller portions since it's just my husband and I. And so I'm getting better at cooking smaller portions. I still every now and then, like I made some potato soup a couple weeks ago, and it was supposed to have started off small and it wound up huge. So I had to end up throwing some of it away because it just didn't, it was just too much. Okay. So see, we've got these right here. I'm going to bring you here. See how we're going to let them brown. I'm going to set this on about a medium heat and let these brown a little bit. And then we're going to come over here and I've got a new camera. I keep looking over here and I need to look over there. I've got a new camera. And we went to a couple's house last night, Chip and Leslie, and he was going to help me set up my laptop to get all this stuff squared away where I can start editing and doing things a little bit different. Well, my laptop does not have enough. It's not strong enough to run this certain software. So now I'm going to have to get another laptop. So I'm still in between a little bit. So hopefully eventually things will be a little bit better. And I do a lot of times, Danny's at work, so I wanted to do this, and I didn't want him to have to come home and video it, because he has been like super, super tired. Summer's here, and the kids are out of school, but he's got a lot of catch up to do. So I wanted to try and do this myself. So here you have it. But anyway, while these are cooking, those are cooking, what I'm going to do, if you can see, there, pretty good. What I'm going to do is I've got just a small onion. It's not very big at all. I'm going to cut this, and then I'm going to just slice this garlic. And I've got some fresh thyme that I went out to the back and picked that, and I've got that washed. So, let's see. Let me get, I think I'll use this knife. So I'm going to just cut my onion here. And I normally have this stuff done before, but I thought, you know what, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna get on here and do this because I wasn't really planning on sharing this recipe, but I thought, well, this would be a good one. And I mean, you can make it for a larger group of people. You know, of course, you have to have more medallions or a bigger pork loin, but for just he and I thought, well, somebody might need to see a smaller version of something. So, and I'm just gonna fix this with some cream potatoes, and I'm gonna fix this a salad with, I made some homemade Kefir Ranch salad dressing. So I'm going to fix that and have a salad. And let me check my little medallions. Okay, they're getting a little bit more brown. Hold on just a minute. Let me turn these. There we go. I'm going to take them off here in just a few minutes, and then we can get started on our other. Okay, so I'm just slicing up these little onions, this little onion, and you can slice it up, you know, into whatever size pieces that you want. I'm just sort of giving it a rough chop. This isn't the knife I normally use, but, and one reason why that I do a lot of my cutting and prepping before, I'm notorious for cutting my hands. So I would hate to have to sit here. I probably wouldn't put it on if I actually cut myself, because I can cut myself pretty bad. So I thought, well, maybe if I went with a smaller knife, then I wouldn't maybe take the chance of cutting myself as much. So that's what we're doing there. Okay. So I'm just gonna slice this up, see, just like that. Ooh, this onion's strong. Oh, Lordy. Phew. Okay, so we've got that. Lord have mercy. Let's walk over here. Oh, it's bad. It is onions get me every time. I can't hardly handle it. Okay, so I'm gonna get me a plate and see how these are looking. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. And we don't want them cooked all the way through because I want them to simmer a lot in that gravy. Okay, so I'm just sort of moving them around a little bit. Oh, take a break from those onions. Whew. Okay. Lord. Now, I'm going to, I've got my coconut oil. See, I've still got a little bit in there. But I am going to add, I'm going to turn my skillet down. It's a little hot. Oh, mercy. Okay, so I'm going to put just a little bit of butter, like maybe a tablespoon and a half of butter in. I think I'm gonna there we go. Just gonna put that in there. Because we will end up making a roux with this. So I'm just gonna got my little pork medallions there, and I'm just gonna set this right over here. And so we're gonna put our onions in here. I'm gonna let my onions cook, and then I'm gonna slice my garlic, and I'm just gonna, I don't want my garlic, I'm afraid of it burning, so I'm just gonna lay my garlic on top when I'm about ready to add my flour to make the roux, so the garlic will slow cook in there. Okay, let me go and grab my onion. And I think you guys can see me. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we're just putting these onions in here, and we're gonna let these get soft. let them get soft. Now I am going to put one little sprig of my fresh thyme. I've got plenty of it, but I'm just going to, I just have trouble with taking thyme off of the stem. I don't, rosemary I can just run my fingers down it, you know, but the thyme I have a little trouble. My herbs are doing wonderful this year. Oh my gosh. They're out further in the yard. I need to, I've got them all in pots. I need to move them up a little closer to the house so I can just step out my back door and get it. But they wound up, they were closer and then they wound up on the picnic table and now they're pushed out. So, okay. See how that's looking? You can see that. Onions, it smells wonderful. So yeah, this is really easy, and I mean, it doesn't take long at all. I've been at this, what, about maybe 10 minutes or so. So it's very easy, and it's gonna be yummy. And it's really good because I'm making this a little early, so we won't eat for about another probably, I don't know, 4 hours or so. So it will heat up really well too. I'm gonna go ahead and, now if you wanted to add some kind of soup mixture to this, I wouldn't be adding like extra salt or anything, but I'm not. I try to stay away from those as much as possible. But I am going to use some bone broth when I make my gravy instead of water. You can use water. You don't have to have bone broth. You can use, you know, the stock or the broth in the carton. I try to, like I said, I'm having to make some changes as far as my cooking with some things. I mean, I've never cooked bad, but I'm just having to do some alternatives. So, so I'm trying to take, I still love Southern food, but I'm trying my best to take a different approach to making it. So, anyway, okay, so see how that is looking wonderful. Now, watch that for just 1 second, and I'm just going to slice up some. Let me get this garlic peeled. Okay. And I'm literally just getting my knife, and I'm just slicing little pieces off of it. That is it. Just for the flavor. Okay, nothing fancy, just slicing it. It's a pretty big clove of garlic. Okay, that's probably going to be enough. And I don't want this garlic to burn, so I'm fixing to pull in, and I can smell it. So I'm fixing to pull in my flour and start making my roux. And I'm just going to bring my flour over here. And this is probably, I'm going to put about 3 tablespoons. Yeah, that's close. 3 tablespoons, might be a little bit more. Not a biggie. Okay, see how we're going to make that. And you know what, I might... Yeah, I'm going to add me just one more little, maybe another tablespoon. Hey, there you go. 3 or 4 tablespoons. And, because you want it sort of pasty. Okay, so see, you've got that roux, and it doesn't look too good, but right now, but it is good. It will be good. Okay, see how it's like the flour has really coated those onions. Okay. There. Let that cook for just a minute. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to make my gravy with some bone broth that I had fixed a whole, cooked a whole chicken in my Instapot, and then took the carcass and Just let it, put about 4 cups in there and let it cook for about an hour and a half. And so this is a good way. Bone broth's good for you. All the nutrients and the stuff in the bones. So I like to try and use that. I've got time now to make it, so I like to try and use that. Okay. We are going to put this in here, and I might need a little bit more liquid. If I do, I'm just going to use water. Okay. So give that a good shake. And this is chicken bone broth, by the way. You make the beef, but I try and keep, I've got some out in my freezer. And then I try and keep a little bit inside for things like this. So, okay, so see how that's thickening up. And my bone broth, well, this is, yeah, it just didn't gel up this time. But by the time I got done cooking, my, in the Instant Pot, it was done. I mean, the bones had fallen apart, so I didn't think I needed to cook it anymore. So this one here wasn't as gelatinous as some that I've done before. Okay. Let this sort of come to a boil. I'm going to get a little bit more water just in case we need it. It'll start boiling, and once it starts boiling, we're going to put our pork medallions back in there and let them simmer. And then like I said, I probably will just finish this up in the oven before we get ready to eat. I think I might put a little bit more black pepper. I love black pepper. We love some pepper up in here. Okay, it's starting to bubble and thicken up a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to add just a little bit more water. It's looking good. Bring you guys in here a little bit closer so you can see. See, got that onion and that rich gravy and the fresh thyme in it. It's gonna be good. Okay, there we go. Now I'm gonna take a little, I just want to test the gravy and see if it needs more salt. Actually, I think it does, and I think I'm going to, I've used sea salt, but I think I'm going to do just a little bit of kosher salt with it as well. So I'm just getting a little pinch. Okay. And this is a good gravy consistency for me because I am going to let it sort of simmer for a while. That's perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this down. And see these little pork medallions? I'm going to put them right in here. And they're not done all the way, so you see a little bit of blood, but all the juices and whatnot, just go ahead and just pour them in there. Okay. And then, let me grab another spoon. I want to try and be proper. So I'm turning that down on low, and see what I'm doing. I'm just going to spoon the gravy over our little medallions. And I'm going to let them simmer. I'm just going to break these up and just let this fresh thyme, let it simmer with those, and every now and then I'm going to put a lid on it, and then I will come back and just go through and make sure it doesn't, I don't want it to boil dry or, you know, and I'll just put my gravy. Make sure I just put it over there to keep those pork medallions good and covered with gravy. And that is going to be it, my friends. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was something quick. It's something I hadn't planned on, but I thought, you know what? Sometimes those are the best ones. So I'm going to get off here, and I'm going to make some cream potatoes. And I made some homemade applesauce yesterday, so I think we're gonna have a little bit of applesauce, and because apples always go well with pork. So I'm gonna have that, and then I'm gonna make a little side salad with some kefir ranch dressing that I made yesterday also. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, hit that like button on Facebook, share on Facebook. If you see this on YouTube, give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and the notification bell. And we will be back soon, and I'll cook something else up with you. If you guys have any, actually, if you want us to do, like I said, I mentioned the homemade applesauce, some of the salad dressings, different things that are really good for the spring and the summer season, just shoot me a comment, and I'll be more than happy to get on here and we'll do some other things. So I wouldn't mind having some suggestions from somebody. But I've got a few things in the back of my head that I'm gonna bring on here, but any suggestions, I would love it. So until next time, my friends, be safe. And I appreciate you all very, very much. And I will see you soon. Bye-bye.